How I started a cult. The story of how I started a cult is one that I never imagined would be a part of my life. It all began innocently enough. A small gathering of friends in my apartment discussing philosophy and spirituality over a few drinks. But little did I know, that night would mark the beginning of something much bigger, something that would spiral out of my control. As the conversations grew more intense, I found myself drawn to the idea of creating a community based on our shared beliefs. We were all searching for meaning in our lives, and I believed that together we could find it. So, fueled by enthusiasm and a desire for connection, I proposed the idea of starting a group, a place where we could explore our spirituality and support one another on our journeys. To my surprise, my friends were enthusiastic about the idea. They shared my vision and eagerly joined me in creating what would soon become known as the Circle of Light. At first, it was just a handful of us meeting regularly in my apartment, discussing our beliefs and sharing our experiences. But word began to spread, and soon, more and more people were drawn to our group. They were searching for the same sense of community and purpose that we had found, and they found it in us. Before I knew it, the Circle of Light had grown into a full-fledged movement, with dozens of members gathering regularly to worship and meditate together. We had rituals and ceremonies, and I found myself in the role of leader, guiding my followers on their spiritual journey. But as our numbers grew, so too did the intensity of our beliefs. We became more insular, more focused on our own ideology, and I began to see signs of fanaticism among some of our members. They spoke of me as if I were a prophet, as if I held all the answers to life's questions. I tried to rein in their enthusiasm, to remind them that I was just like them, a seeker, not a savior. But my words fell on deaf ears, and I watched helplessly as the Circle of Light veered further and further from the ideals that had originally brought us together. In the end, it all came crashing down around me. Rumors began to spread about the darker aspects of our group, the manipulation, the control, the exploitation of vulnerable members. And as the truth came to light, I realized with horror that I had unwittingly become the leader of a cult. I tried to distance myself from the group, to disband the Circle of Light and move on with my life. But the damage had been done, and I couldn't escape the guilt of knowing that my actions had led to so much pain and suffering. The story of how I started a cult is one that I will carry with me for the rest of my days, a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked idealism and the allure of power. And as I look back on those days, I can't help but wonder how different things might have been if I had never uttered those fateful words. Let's start a group.